The beginnings of my career were very tumultuous. I always knew that I wanted to do, but I always felt a little held back. And how I was brought up. So I followed in the footsteps of my mother. And with 13 years of dance training, I figured, okay, I'll be a showgirl, just like my mom. And I wasn't tall enough. Well, I grew up never thinking about my sexuality. And I think that the reason why I did that was because I was raised by my father. And I had a brother. So being a woman never really came into my mind until I started high school. And then I saw all my friends turning into women, and it certainly never happened for me until I was about 16 and a half. And I remember what a major setback that was for me when I was young. I always felt less than average. And it certainly had a major impact on me.
You'll see the box cover and you'll be like, I know. I wore that.
I need to steal it and put it on eBay.
Yeah.
Me and Jenna are both from Vegas, so it's crazy.
She introduced you to them?
Oh, no, I didn't. I just met her, God, maybe a month ago, finally. I mean, off and on. I keep meeting her over and over again. Today's the first time we actually got to work together. I'm all aglow.
I decided to move on to topless dancing. And that was my decision. And I never really took into account what anybody said, especially my father. You know, I went to my dad and I said, Dad, this is what I want to do. And I felt really at home doing it. I was never ashamed of my body, and I felt accepted and in control and powerful for the first time in my life.
There's a reason she's the #1 girl in the world. She's like fantastic. She's nice to work with.
That is a wrap. Wow, baby.
We're working on a show for her called The Mall, and the makeup artist had been released early, and this girl had just finished having sex, and there was a piece of dialogue, and she had to be like touched up and put on the makeup on the girl. And it's like, for those of you that aren't in the business, like putting the makeup on the girl is a really big deal. That's the kind of girl she is. She's totally cool. She's a total pro, and that's why we like working with her, you know?
She's all, I'm on fire.
I'm on fire.
If you're on fire.
I don't even look. I'm like, oh, I'm on fire. Cool.
There's a lot of things that aren't sexy that are in a lot of sex things. Gagging so that there's like spit like going everywhere.
Because everybody's mother told them the same thing.
Yeah. Aw, I'm so vanilla. I'm so vanilla.
So good girl. I'm a virgin. I need you to teach me something, Jenna. Teach me.
Teach me.
I remember back when I was young, and I would see the layouts in AVN magazine with all the Vivid girls, and they were so striking. Like, you would never believe that these girls did porno. I mean, these girls were on the level of, I mean, even beyond Playboy girls. And now that I'm, you know, head of my own company, and I'm with all these girls, they're like my girls. It's such an amazing feeling because I'm almost like mother hen, and I take every chance that I can to talk to them about what their career goals are and what they want to get out of this industry.
High school,
No,
you
I
can't
was
remember
totally
the girl's name,
teased.
but I bet they know you now.
Probably, and that's probably what kind of solidifies what I've done.
Yeah.
But all that is like icing on the sundae for me, because it's not something I tried to do. It just came to me, you know.
Yeah, but if you hadn't been teased as badly as you were in high school, would you have the drive to do?
Probably not. It was so bad. Okay,
Isn't
this
it
is.
always sometimes the first experience for a woman bad?
But I wanted it to be good.
Like, I mean, but I didn't go about it right. I mean, really, really what it was about for me is that I had just gotten my period. Like, I swear to God, like 2 weeks before. So, okay, this is very personal, but I'm going to tell you. I was so little down there that I couldn't even find the hole. I didn't even know, I was like, how do people wear a tampon? How, you know? And I'm like, I have to go swimming and everything, and I couldn't wear a tampon. So I'm like, I'm gonna have sex. So I can wear a tampon. This is my thought process at that time. It had different meaning for me. It had different meaning for me. It wasn't about like having sex and sharing this like loving moment with someone.
Right.
I had a purpose for this.
Right.
And that's how it's been all my life. I don't think emotionally about things. Everything has a purpose for me.
That's great. That's
You know?
good, probably.
Absolutely.
I've watched a lot of porn over the years that I've been in the industry, and to tell you the truth, I think what women find sexy and what men find sexy are totally different. I think that a lot of porn movies concentrate way too much on that close-up of the cock going into the pussy. That doesn't turn me on. It needs to be a little bit more of a wide shot where you can see the man's body, because yeah, I'm turned on by men. Another thing that really turns me off is when the cameraman pans up to the girl's face and she looks like this. That bugs me. Especially romantic relationships. But I'm not going to talk about that. I've had a really bad track record that way. But when it comes to like friendships with girls in the industry, when I first got in, I knew for a fact that there was no way that I was able to like have a relationship with a girl that truly connected outside of the industry. And I always distanced myself from all the girls in the industry, and that it was sad, you know, because we had a lot of things in common. And you know, the strong part of me wants to say that I have no regrets, but the honest me wants to say that there are certainly a lot. I like to be perfect, and I like to be what everybody wants me to be. And I think that that's one of my regrets, is that a lot of the times I live for everyone else and not myself. But I think that now that I've grown and I've come into my own, I realize that all this is about me. It's not about anybody else or what they think. It's about my happiness. And I'm happy.